everyone, it's Teresa Stanley, the boss girl on the go, and it is Fashion Friday, and I'm coming here, I'm here live from Ragged Edge Hair Salon in St. Albert, Alberta with Bex with Good Hair. That's her Instagram handle, and it's actually Becky, and she's my sister if you haven't figured that out yet. So Becky's been doing hair for how long?
6 years.
6 years, and she did it in high school because I remember clearly her burning my hair with whatever toner when they were learning, and it was hilarious. But she's been doing my hair forever, and you know, it's always looked great, and the salon here is full of amazing people who are very knowledgeable. And so I wanted to introduce you guys to Becky today because I wanted to give you some hair tips. And I'm a fashion person, and I just let her, as another professional in the fashion industry, handle the things that I'm not good at, which is my hair. So she's going to give you guys some tips as women who are on the go, as far as what's, you know, the best styles and shapes and myths and all this stuff that she comes across when she has clients in her chair. So why don't we start with, what are your tips for face shapes?
Face shapes. Okay, so there's 6 different face shapes. You got oval, round, square, oblong, heart, and diamond. So if you're lucky enough to have an oval shaped face, you can pretty much sport any style. If you have a round face, so the goal with hair is to balance out your face shape. So anything like something to elongate your face, if you have a round face, would be the best. So longer hair. For a square face, your jaw is probably the most distinct feature of your face. So not that that's a bad thing, but what you want to do is soften it. So even some layers around there, but try to avoid layers that directly hit your jawline or a cut that sits right at your jaw. For the oblong face shape, it's the opposite of round. So what you want to do is, you want to shorten, you want to balance it out with a shorter haircut and add some volume at your chin. And for your heart-shaped face, it's the same kind of idea as the oblong. So your chin is the narrowest part of your face. So adding some fullness at the bottom of your face would be the best. So whether it be a length like Teresa's with some curl there, or something that hits just below the jawline and that's where the bottom of the baseline of your hair would go. And then diamond face shape. Yes, so that's a beautiful face shape. So that one, mostly the widest part of your face is actually your cheekbones, and that's a good thing. However, we like to kind of soften it, so just again with the same thing as your heart shape, just avoid the layers that hit directly there. Other than that, you're pretty solid. Having said that, rules are breakable, and all hairstyles are dependent on your body type, personality, and your lifestyle.
If they don't have a lot of time in wanting to do it, or you know they're maybe not neat enough to wash it every day and that kind of stuff, to make it look good and make their brands look good and still present themselves accordingly to the world.
Okay, so my favorite thing, dry shampoo and a curling iron, and always give yourself 10 minutes. Just like Teresa with her fitness, 10 minutes a day, right? Hair, 5-10 minutes a day. So with dry shampoo, just spray it directly at your root. And here's a tip that not all hairstylists love to give out, but I find sometimes even baby powder. If you're in a pinch, just sprinkle some of that in your root and give it a good shake just to blend it in, and that will just kind of give some life to your hair and take away that grease. And then a curling iron. You see the styles right now where you kind of got that wave that most celebrities have been rocking with that nice bob they've got going on, like Kendall Jenner, for example. So just take a curling iron and open it so you just have the rod, because although you can buy just the rod, and just take your hair and wrap it. And they take big sections. It takes me about 10 minutes to curl my hair, not even, when I'm in a rush. So you should be able to do the same thing.
And she's got long, thick hair, so 10 minutes, that's a pretty good, you know, I think easy, manageable time frame. And, you know, like she said, we take time and intentional time for our fitness, for meditation, and you know, our spiritual stuff. We can take 10 minutes to prep ourselves, get our hair done, because really having great hair is a huge part of your presentation, maybe even above and beyond the actual choices of clothes. I would say like hair is huge. Let's talk about color and the maintaining a great color, especially as you're going into your 30s and 40s where the grays start coming out, and the maintenance as far as a busy woman goes.
So the best thing to do is add a bit of a highlight. So those grays, they're white. The closest color you can get to a gray is blonde. So what I like to do is add a couple very fine highlights to your root, and that just helps you get a little more time out of your colors. It's not going to be another month. It might only be an extra 2 weeks, but it'll just give you that extra amount of time where if you're in a rush and you don't have time or you have to cancel your hair color appointment for whatever reason, you're able to go that extra week without getting your hair done. So that's the best one. The other one is, your root touch-up is your simplest gray coverage technique. I know it's an every 4 week or every 5 week for certain individuals. They have to come in and get those grays touched up because they come in, but that's kind of just the reality of it. If you are in a pinch and you just have to cancel your hair appointment, they do have now hair eyeshadows or hair shadows, I guess, that you can put on just to cover those nasty grays that always appear around your face.
Let's talk about box color. So we talk about being in a pinch, and you want to put your best foot forward, and couldn't make it to the salon. Talk about box color and why. Why?
Please don't. That is box color. I'll give you an example. In the Paul Mitchell hair care, I believe there's less than 2% of ammonia in that hair color. In most box dyes, it's about 49%. So that is a huge difference. So that's why when we go to strip that color out of your hair, it is so difficult, and that's why your hair is getting burnt. You're putting ammonia in your hair. And along with that, have natural dyes like henna. You'd be actually quite surprised. It is just as bad as a box dye. Although we think it's good because it's natural, it is not. The moment you mix henna with a lightener, which is bleach, it can actually fry your hair off. I'm not certain on what kind of chemicals create that reaction. However, I've seen it, so don't do it. If you are in a pinch, honestly, and you have a specific hairstylist that you go see, and most salons have a trainee, an apprentice on hand, and most salons will have your formulas in their computer systems, and the stylist can always give direction to another stylist if you need to get in a pinch. I would just say avoid the box hair color altogether because it is so damaging. Having said that, I have had clients who've just done their roots in the past, but when they do that, because it sounds like a good idea, you're mismatching your hair color, because we know it. We have probably, if you look at our wall of hair dyes, 100 and more different colors, whereas box colors, you have 10 colors in one line, and you got black, brown, light brown, blonde, ash blonde, gold blonde. So just keep that in mind.
That's huge, and it's interesting because people will, I love the word you said, natural doesn't necessarily mean good, because that's something that we're marketed to so much in all areas of beauty and health products. And I know the products that I affiliate myself with are so, adamant about giving you guys the science and the research behind it, and these hair companies have been doing these products forever and understand color the way it's supposed to go. So then you go put Clairol or whatever it's called on your head, and it's a mess for it. And I've done it myself, and every time I've done it, Becky's like, why would you do that? And then I end up having to cut my hair because it gets all fried. So great tips there. So we're just gonna end with some of Becky's tips and I guess stylist pet peeves of the industry when you guys are coming in and asking for different styles. So give us some of your favorites.
Okay, so pet peeves. Probably our biggest pet peeve when you come into our chair is, I love my clients dearly. However, when you ask me for Jennifer Aniston hair or Kylie Jenner hair, but you also ask me for something where you don't have to do it, that is impossible. It's very much impossible, and I know my coworkers would agree with me when I say that, because Jennifer Aniston probably spends, I'm sure, a good $10,000 on her hair every couple weeks or every few months. So don't expect that you can get her look without putting a little bit of money and a little bit of time. Again, that 10 minutes in the morning. You can't just wash and go and expect to look like Jennifer Aniston. Now with Kylie Jenner, she's been sporting a lot of those really, really fun colors. But the secret is it's a wig. And I'm sure many of you guys know that. But Kardashians, most of their hair, and Jenners, are extensions and wigs. Whether it is something just matched to their natural color to give them some fullness, those are extensions. Same with Jennifer Lopez, extensions. And those are very costly. They cost in the thousands of dollars to maintain. So those little things, yeah, your least maintenance hair is probably something close to your natural. However, I'm not gonna guarantee that you'll like that. And then my tips probably is always have some dry shampoo on hand, because especially if you're a mom and an entrepreneur and you have a meeting and you might have slept in, having some dry shampoo just to volume up your hair and get rid of the grease is always a good thing.
Would you agree that as you get older, the closer to your natural hair color you stay, the younger that you look?
Very much so. One of the things that one of my pet peeves I see, and this is personal, is when you have your certain individuals as they age, the blonder you go, not all the time, when you have that 80s kind of blonde look, it can actually age you quite a bit. So you can be blonde, just make sure it's softer, a softer tone. You can still be your nice lightest blonde level, so level 10, that white blonde, but just tone it down so it's a little softer. But it is probably in your best interest to just do something more natural. And if that is just adding a low light to your blonde, just to, again, to create some softness, it also creates depth, is a little bit better. I was just thinking, if you wanted some hairstyles that are currently in style, obviously you guys have seen the big 90s revival that has happened. Yay, Spice Girls!
Backstreet Boys!
Woo! And the other thing is the 70s, actually. So I've noticed a lot of 70s hair trends, and my boss had sent me a link on Facebook with some hairstyles, and I was like, oh wow, that is true. But I think one of the most subtle ways you can do a 70s trend without doing the complete Farrah Fawcett is just adding some subtle layers around your face. And what I do is I kind of just curl out and give it a little Farrah Fawcett, but not too much. And the other thing is you can also do a really heavy shaggy bang like Taylor Swift has done. However, a bang is a very drastic change. So just be mindful of that and discuss that with your hairstylist. I think that's another tip altogether, is anytime you guys want to do a really drastic change and fun color, don't do it yourself. Don't cut your hair yourself. I'm sure you've seen the numerous YouTube videos where people have tried to cut their own bangs and it has not worked out, or done some kind of crazy color and it has fried their hair off. Please consult with your hairstylist first, and they will let you know if the cut and style work with your face and your style and your shape. And they will also let you know the maintenance, and they will let you know how badly and if your hair can even take that. Sometimes you just can't go lavender. It is not possible unless you shave your head and start over. That is sometimes the only way. So just keep those things in mind, but always consult with a professional, because we do know what we're doing.
That's a big, you're educated towards that. I guess you could use extension like little clip-ins if you want the crazy colors.
Yeah, for sure. If you want crazy colors, do what Kylie Jenner does and go get a wig. Having said that, Kylie Jenner's wigs are thousands of dollars, and keep that in mind. The better you want your wigs to look and the more real, the more they're going to cost.
It's the same with extensions, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We do have two extension specialists at the salon, Brittany Klein and Cheryl. I think it's Qualichuck. And they are amazing, but their services are quite up there. But the quality of hair they use is very, very, very good. And they work so well with it, and it's the best for your hair. It won't damage your hair, and everything they use is top notch. And the other thing is extensions take time. So your extension services can take up to 2-3 hours, if not 8 hours, depending on what you're getting done. So keep that in mind. Although extensions sound like a great idea, which they are, for people who do have very fine hair, just remember they are maintenance, because you also have to be very gentle with your extensions.
And there's nothing worse than seeing somebody with like their extensions sticking out, like where you can see like it obviously wasn't done properly.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Having, I would say, like, conclusion as far as what we're trying to tell you here, probably finding that face shape, what works for your face shape, being as natural with your color, and the dry shampoo and a curling iron, and just being easy and breezy, and working for what you are, and how your beautiful uniqueness, and really working with a professional stylist and letting them handle it. And I honestly come see Becky regularly, just to get a little bit of a trim. I'll come and book with her to get a blowout. It's worth it if you're trying to, if you're going to presentations where you're trying to really emphasize your brand and you as a business. I think having great hair and intentional hair where it looks like you've put some effort in is really important. So find a great stylist. There's lots here at Ragged Edge you can have a relationship with, and who know and will love you enough to tell you what's going to work for your brand, your business, your lifestyle, and tell you when rainbow unicorn hair is not a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you very much, Becky, for being on the show today. This was super educational. I hope you guys found some great information through this. And we have a few events coming up. We've got a couple fitness events coming up. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But I wanted to let you guys know about our next big event, which is Staying Sexy is Mandatory, presented by Maria Daskalakis. And we are going to be doing a full day long women's workshop where we're going to talk about sexual health. We're going to talk about staying fit and fabulous into your 50s and 60s and beyond. We're going to talk about being empowered and confident and really hone it in on your inner sexy. We are also going to be having a twerk out. We are bringing in Lexi Pantera and Justine Monet from LA, like straight out of LA. Celebrity trainers, the founders of Twerk Out.
And this.
I know, right? They're going to teach us how to twerk. And we're just going to learn to push our boundaries. The idea behind it is to do something that's so outrageous and so out of our comfort zones that we are going to twerk like Miley Cyrus,
That's a bad example.
Well,
like Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. Sorry. Anyways, so the tickets for that are staysexy.eventbrite.ca. I believe the prices, there's some early bird prices, and then they'll go up. So you'll want to get your tickets before August 15th, where the regular price goes. Other than that, I will see you next week on Fashion Friday. Have a great day. Peace.